All right, so today I'm going to be butchering a rabbit, like doing actual cutting it up into manageable sizes so we can marinate it and cook it up for dinner. Here's a little snippet of the book. So, yep, just to give you a quick look and then we will get started. Okay, so just a quick mention, one of the arms is missing. Not sure how that happened, but first thing we're gonna do is cut right here. And it's pretty easy because these rabbits are really young, are nice meat rabbits. And then we'll take the one arm that is remaining and kind of get there down in the joint. I like to get in there with my fingers. Make sure you have a very sharp knife. And just kind of pull it apart. And you just kind of finish that off by cutting it. All right. And these don't usually provide a lot of meat, but they're still good to chew on. All right. Next part. This is the belly or the flank. So I usually just start here, kind of at the edge of the rib cage. And I mean, don't take this video as gospel or anything. This is just how we do it, and it seems to work, so. Next part is separating the hind legs. And again, you just wanna pop them out of joint, kind of, like that, so that you can just get in there and cut the tendons and then just kind of pull it off. And these are my favorite part. Another thing you can do if you want it any smaller is the joint right here, separate it. This is called the drumstick and this is the thigh. This one is so small that I don't think we're gonna have to do that. And then the next thing we do is kind of separate it about right here, which is gonna be interesting. I usually try to take advantage of the, oh wow, that was easy. Take advantage of the vertebrae, just kind of bend it and it'll just kind of pop. And again, these are young. This one's kind of small, so it was unusually easy. I see a lot of people, they pop the rib cage off and like separate this. I think they throw it away or give it to the dogs or something. We just kind of cook it on there though, because it's like a little mini rack of lamb, you know?
Yeah, very mini.
It's not very hard. If you need to, this book is actually really good. It's got like lamb, I think pigs.
Yeah, poultry,
rabbit, goat.
Yeah, this is our go-to book.
Pictures and like it's got everything. So that was really helpful. And yeah, so we're gonna show you the marinade next.
Okay, so now we're gonna make the marinade. This is my favorite marinade and it's super, super easy. The one thing that I'm doing a little bit different today is I actually have lemon balm infused vinegar that I made several months ago that's actually been aging, and so it's almost sweet like a balsamic, which is what I usually use in the recipe. But today we'll be using the lemon balm vinegar. You can also use fresh squeezed lemon juice or balsamic, probably apple cider, but I haven't tried that. I think that might be a little bit too tart, but it's a marinade. So we also have olive oil, and I usually do an equal amount of the acid, which is the vinegar, to the oil. The oil will help penetrate it in, and the acid will help break down some of the proteins to make it a little more tender. Then I add, this is dried rosemary. If you're using fresh rosemary, which I've done before as well, you will use more than 2 tablespoons. I would use probably, I don't know, a quarter to a half a cup of fresh rosemary. You know, dried loses a lot of its the space it takes up. And then this is, what, 2 teaspoons of salt. And then I'm doing 3 cloves of garlic, but if you're not a big garlic lover, you can either leave it out or just do less. This stuff is wanting to sprout. Okay, so we're gonna do this really quick. And like I said, it's very simple. So that's a half cup, and I'm gonna go ahead and do half a cup of vinegar here. Now most of the time we marinate in a glass dish that we can cover, but this is just as easily done. Add my salt. rosemary. Just easily done in a Ziploc if that's what you prefer. And the beauty of a Ziploc is that it kind of shoves it in there and forces it all together. We will marinate this for about 4 hours and then go in and turn it over. But whatever you like to do, it's not that we're trying to avoid plastic necessarily. We just prefer using the glass, I think. So, and you're just gonna see, I mean, this is so quick, so easy, and it really does taste delicious on the rabbit. You can see it's kind of starting to emulsify, but it is going to separate. I just try and whisk it to force it together as much as I can before I pour it over the rabbit. And we'll put it on. It'll kind of work its way around. And then, like I said, in about 4 hours, we'll turn it over. And this is a great recipe to use if you're going to barbecue, but tonight we're going to actually bake it in the oven. And that's it, super simple. Okay. All right, so we've had our rabbit marinating for, I don't know, how many hours do you think?
Around 8, 7.5, 8.
Oh, this is from a very small rabbit that we didn't even show on video earlier.
Yeah, so we just cut it in half.
Yeah, and if I'm preheating the oven to 425, putting it on this baking sheet here. All right, so we have it laid out, and once the oven preheats to 425, I'm going to put it in there and it'll quickly bake it.